Good morning, dear Dharma friends. It's June 12th. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to begin, if it works, with a poem. Oh dear, I'm forgetting the poet. Anyway, it's a recording I did with how silly the mind is. Well, I'm just going to play it. I'll tell you after. Here we go, if it works. I had a dream of an easy life, a life where I loved college, made lifelong friends, impressed all my professors, graduated with honors, ceremony, cap and gown, teary pride family. A life like a straight line, smooth, sharp, direct, forward, up. A life where I didn't feel betrayed or heartbroken, or a deep, unquenchable ache. A pain so great I chose a hospital as the last resort. A life of epic romance, of ravenous passion and fascinating connection. A life like a party. Myself the life. A life of ease, success, adoration. A life that preserved my virginal innocence, my sweet ignorance. A life without struggle, regret, or disappointment. A life without lostness, confusion, and quiet desperation. A life without loneliness, hopelessness, or self-doubt. A life without suffering, fear, and shame. A life of perfect harmony and happily ever after. I mourn this fantasy, this imaginary life, this fake life, this safe life, this meaningless life, this pointless, faithless life. What good would it be or do for me or for you? I thank this imperfect, chaotic, magical life. I rejoice in its apparent cruelty, in its roughness. I celebrate its mystery, for it is mine alone. It has created me, the one. Cheers to you, my flawed and failing, my passionate, my ailing, complicated, messy, winding, tangled life. The music was by Sapphire Bouchelion, and I believe the poem is Jane Hirschfeld. So our lives, this life, this moment, are exactly as they are. Is this an easy moment in your life? Or a challenging moment? Is your body healthy or not? Or somewhere in between? Everything has its season. Everything without exception. Everything is in change. So let's, for this few brief moments we have together, let's be witnesses to the reality of change, anicca. Let us begin and stabilize with mindfulness of breathing. Such a fine teacher of anicca. Each breath has a beginning. How intimately can you embrace this next breath right now? Each breath truly does have a beginning. Of course, the wandering mind puts in its appearances. Sometimes there's a lot of wandering mind. Sometimes it's like a waterfall of wandering mind. And Niagara Falls of wandering mind. Other times, the wandering mind will dry up to a trickle or be gone completely. the mind will be concentrated. This movement in the direction of concentration is not intended to create a battle. Instead, it's orientation. It provides a direction. There's really no use for a battle. And so let us sit in mindful, heart mindful awareness. Let us notice the arising and passing away of everything that arises in consciousness, including consciousness itself. The wandering mind can and does think about whatever it wants. Thoughts can be remarkably bizarre. Beliefs that are completely opposite to one another can find expression in the wandering mind sometimes. Fortunately, that's not a problem because what we are dissolving into or opening up to is the space between the thoughts. Coming home time and again to now, now and here. What is the nature of mind right now? Calm, quiet, restless, concentrated? Is it hungry for something? disliking something. Again and again, awakening in the midst of the wandering mind. And this is where the self is generated. The sense of, I am special, I am apart from other things. There's something rather remarkable happening. One, in quotes, is lost in the wandering mind. The self is proliferating. And then somehow, mysteriously, though we did intend it, the thinking diminishes radically. And then what is there? There's presence, there's knowing. From lost in the wandering mind in the stories of the self to simple presence here, a body sitting here and breathing. And perhaps we might close this period of meditation with some intentional, kind thoughts of loving. We could, of course, do the simple, the most obvious, which is I love you with your name at the end. I love you with your name at the end. And imagine holding yourself as a newborn or as a small child or sometime in your life when you were really struggling. I love you. Hmm. And if these words would like to morph into something else, please let them. What else is it that you've always longed to hear? Why not let yourself hear it right now? Hmm. And I'm going to share with you a few quite beautiful recollections. Just let them flow through you. No need to remember. Anything that wants to stick will stick. The body is not an obstacle. It is a gateway to wisdom. Laughter is the sound of the awakened heart. Awakening means falling in love with life, not falling away from it. Enlightenment is not an escape route. It's an embrace of everything. Intimacy is where the personal becomes universal. Love is mindfulness with arms wide open. Vulnerability is the courage that opens the heart. Every sunset is a teaching on impermanence and beauty. Expression is meditation in action. Playfulness is the child of presence. The spiritual path leads not away from life, but deeper into it. The sacred and the ordinary are one seamless reality. Coming alive is the greatest teaching we can offer to the world. Relationships are laboratories for developing compassion. Beauty awakens the heart to deeper truths. May all beings everywhere share in the merits of our practice. May we go through our day spontaneously mindful and discovering and seeing the beauty in ourselves and all beings. May we be free of fear and danger and live fully. awakening to our true nature.